right there.
And catching these beautiful black crappie like this one right here. Look how dark he is. That one thumped it. And here we are this morning with Captain Ty Hibbs. He's got a little flatboat rigged up. He's got probably more money invested in his depth finder setup than the entire boat's worth, and that's a good reason why he's got it set up like that. We're fishing these big, deep ponds that they built interstates with, big bar pit ponds. And when you're fishing at some of the deepest spots we found in here up to 50 foot, so it's essential to have that depth finder. That way we can find the ledges and drop offs to catch these beautiful crappie. And we're using several different colors of Matrix Minis. That don't really seem to be all that important. What's important is finding that right depth, finding some markings on the bottom, and catching these beautiful black crappie like this one right here. Look how dark he is. We're right at that spawn. They're ready to go. Ty's got a box full of these things already. Having some fun out here.
There he is. Nice little black crappie. Come on now, chill out, dude. Let's give you a smile. Got a little double rig rigged up right here. We're fishing pretty deep. We're in like 16 feet of water, even deeper, fishing the edges. Got a little double rig. Got a pink is what I've been catching them on, and this one hit the blue this time. Just got a double just for one, to help me get down and make sure I'm making contact with the bottom, and two, just to, I don't know, maybe give it a little bit more something to go after. But they're sitting down low, and we're just jigging them out from the depths.
Little rascal, little peanut head right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the setup though. Now this water is what we call root beer clean. That's gin clean for freshwater fishing. It looks just like a root beer color in water. You got a good 2 to 3 foot of visibility here. And Sakalei are known as having some of the best vision there is. So a light 4, 6, 8 pound fluorocarbon leader is essential when you're fishing crappie in this clean of water. And now the baseline we're using here, this is our white silky string, and I like the white. Whether you like braid or whatever, we make a kind of a cross braid at Matrix Shad. We call it the silky string. It's white. That way my eyes can visually see it for when it hits the bottom or for when I get a strike. But you got to make sure at the end of that white line, whether you're using a braid or something else, you better have some very light fluorocarbon. That way you can fake these very smart fish out that can see so well.
That's a good one. On the blue again. Here and more shallow there, if you're going to call it shallow. 8 feet of water. Back on the double and back on the blue again.
Alright guys, so this is our setup here. We got 5 or 6 different Matrix Mini colors. You know, colors are very important to some people. I'm not really one of those people. As you saw today, we've caught them on multiple colors. I would say blue is doing the best. Ty's doing really good with the blue. But this is the setup. This is our 1/8 ounce GoldenEye mini jig head. And these Matrix Minis are made with a very durable plastic. So when we made these jig heads here, they don't have a shank on the hook. That way you can push that lure up, all the way up on the hook, and it's gonna hold itself well without a shank. If there was a shank on there with this little small lure, it would blow out the lure a little bit and tear it up some. But since this design, and I highly recommend this jig head with this lure, you can catch a whole lot of fish on just one lure. No Ty or I have used more than one lure today. So you get a very efficient way of fishing with this combination right here, and Sac-A-Lait love these Matrix Minis.
Good one here. Back deep again. Oh, can't be Sac-A-Lait. What is this? Good one. Might be gone. Nope, it's a good Sac-A-Lait. Real good Sac-A-Lait. Ready for this one? It's a hammer. Oh, can't even get it. I have to grab him with my hand. Stud there on the blue again. For whatever reason, they're liking that blue out deep, man. And that is a good one right there. And she is all, you can see she's spawning. Fins all torn up, tail fins all torn up. You can see it underneath her. That's why we love them so much this time of year. They get to spawning. They're hard to find, but when you find them, they're easy to catch. And man, I don't really know many other fish that I like catching as much as those right there. They are just the coolest thing ever. And that's a stud. All right, we got this big one right here. She's full of eggs and spawning, and I was gonna bring her by my house and let her go in the bayou like I do with some, but I just figured she's kind of not doing so well. You can see she was on a bed. So I'm gonna get her back. We're gonna get a matrix tag in her, and hopefully one of y'all catches her. And remember, you catch a matrix tag fish, let it go if you can, especially a fish like that. Trout, redfish, Sac-A-Lait, whatever it may be. These are the ones that are gonna make some more big ones, but check that number on there. Every single one says reward. Call that phone number, and you'll get a nice prize for matrix shad. Good to go. All right, and we kind of left them alone in the deeper water. It's getting pretty warm right now. We figured we'd go check the banks, and that's why we do it right there. Go check up shallow for them. This one, obviously, you can see spawning. That's why he's up shallow like that. Y'all on the belly, rubbing on the bottom. Good quality Sac-A-Lait right there, though, on the pink again, under a cork. About as easy as it gets right there.
I was just trolling the mini behind the boat here. This time was going a little fast with the trolling motor, so I just cast it out. And that's another thing you can do, is just simply troll. Let a lot of line out and troll. Looks like we got a bass here, a little largemouth. But that technique will help you find the crappie a lot of times. But when you're crappie fishing, this is a very common bycatch. Little largemouth bass eating a matrix mini, just like that right there. Little rascal. We'll go ahead and close it out right here. This one's not quite a keeper. Ty's been catching some hammers though in here today. They got some really pretty fish. They're really mixed up. You get them little rascals like this. You get some big ones like Ty's getting. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of DockSide TV. We showcased how, you know, right in that pre-spawn, which is where we are right now, you can catch them deep. When the water's real clean like this, they will spawn in that 7 to 10 foot of water. But as the spawn, we get more thicker into the spawn, you are gonna wanna target the banks more, like we did some today and caught some really pretty fish doing that. So make sure to subscribe to the Matrix Bait Box. You're gonna be getting some mini jig heads and some Matrix Minis in there. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out all of our Sac-A-Lait videos, as we had a really fun day doing this today. Till next time, guys, good fishing.